everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another renovating based game speed build. So today we're actually back in Willow Creek and we're actually renovating one of the base game houses. The last build that I did for this project, for this renovating base game project, was actually I think a park that I built right across the road from this house. And that was actually a completely new build because the original lot was empty. Whereas this one is a full-on renovation because we're actually renovating the Garden Essence lot where the BFF household lives. So this is where Summer Holiday, Liberty Lee and Travis Scott actually live. And I decided that I wanted to keep their house as close to the original as possible, or like have as much of the original vibes as I could. And that is something that I am trying to do with these renovations. If I'm renovating a residential house for an existing family especially, I really do want to try and keep the original, like, I guess kind of like the original style or the original house, that like the original vibe of the house that they had, just to make sure that it's still, recognizable and that I'm not changing up too much of it. So yeah, for this one I definitely tried to keep it as close to the original as I could. You can definitely look at the exterior and like recognize the house, so you'll immediately know like what house this is. It's not completely different or anything like that. But I did change it up a little bit. The original house was very empty and very much a 2014 base game build, if you know what I mean. So like it's empty, it's dark, it's kind of sad looking. A lot of the placements of items and stuff like that doesn't really make sense. And yeah, the game has really changed a lot since it came out in 2014. It's like almost a completely different game compared to when it came out. So yeah, we've had a lot of updates, we've had a lot of new items that have been added to the base game. We've had obviously, the free window and door placement. We've had, platforms and pools have been added and, all of that kind of stuff that just wasn't in the base game in 2014. So like trying to go back and like renovate these houses and renovate these base game builds from that time has actually been really fun, and it's kind of been eye-opening to see like just like to be able to compare how much of a difference there actually is compared to when like the game came out. Even the swatches, we've had a huge color swatch update to like a lot of the base game doors and windows and stuff, so we have a lot more swatches. This window that I'm actually using for this little like extension bit that I added is actually a completely new window that we didn't have in the base game, that they added in a patch. So yeah, there are quite a few things that like I really wanted to use, that I really want to use to update these builds and all of this, like all of that kind of stuff. And the goal with this whole thing is to hopefully, once I'm done renovating, Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, and then like rebuilding Newcrest, because there's nothing in Newcrest for me to renovate, I want to release a base game save file with all three of these worlds done, because I have my, like, I guess big save is what I'm gonna call it, like my big save file, where I've renovated and like rebuilt like the majority of the worlds already, or like that's my goal with it, is to renovate and rebuild every single world in the game with every single expansion pack that we have, every single game pack, all of that stuff. And that save file isn't pack restricted because I want it to be kind of like an inclusive thing. So I want to see how all of the different packs can work together. And at the moment I have Willow Creek and Oasis Springs completely done, and then I have a bunch of builds in like the other worlds done as well. But those are the only two worlds that are like completely finished, where I have every lot done, I have every family done, stuff like that. But I do realize that save file isn't really accessible to everyone, because obviously it's not pack restricted and most people probably don't have every single pack. So I wanted to do this base game one as I guess something that's a little bit more accessible, something that you could put in your game, and then if you have other packs, like if you have seasons for example, you can obviously play with weather, but there are ways that you can add in some seasons items and gameplay. Or, you know, if you have parenthood, you can like renovate some of the houses that have kids in them to have more parenthood items in it, you know, stuff like that. So I wanted this save file to be kind of like a really nice base to work off of if, you know, you only have a couple of packs or certain packs or whatever, and then you can use this to kind of like, I guess, build on yourself if you wanted to. Or if you just have the base game, which I know a lot of people probably also like just have the base game, since, you know, the base game went free. I think it was, yeah, it was last year that the Sims 4 base game actually went like free to play, so anyone can download it for free and then play it. So yeah, I know a lot of people probably only have the base game, so yeah, great for that as well. But yeah, so that's kind of like the idea for this save. I thought I should explain it a little bit, because I don't think I've explained it in the last two like videos that I've done for this series. I don't think I've talked about like why I'm doing this series. So yeah, just thought I should mention that. Now, getting back to this build a little bit, you will notice that I did change it up a little. Like I said, I wanted to keep it recognizable to the original and like similar, but I did change up the shape a little bit. I made the main house a little bit smaller, like it was, I think it was one tile wider, and I made it a little bit like smaller that way. And then I also added a couple of bump outs as well. I think where, like, obviously where that little glass roof bit is, that I definitely added. But then I think where I have Summer's bedroom, I think I also changed up the shape a little bit. I added another bathroom as well. So at the end of the day, this house is 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I believe originally it was only 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, I think so. But yeah, I built this way back in February, so you will notice that the reshade that I'm currently using in the video is definitely going to be different from the one that you will see me using when we go in to do the live tours at the end. But yeah, so my reshade is a little bit different. I obviously did this like pre-infant update because, yeah, way back in February. So I don't have any of the infant items in this build, which, you know, it's not, I didn't really miss them with this. When I went back and I looked at the footage and stuff like that, I can't really think of anywhere where I would have used any of the infant items that came with the base game. Just because there's no infants in this lot, like there's no infants in this household, there's no like children either, it's literally just young adults. So yeah, I don't think I'm really missing anything from that update too much. But yeah, so it is completely base game. If you want to download it, it is up on the gallery as well. It's already up there if you want to go ahead and grab it. It's completely custom content free as well. So yeah, that's something that is really, really great. Now, you will later on, I should mention this because I got a question about it in the park video that I did, I think last week. But I do put a bike in front of this house as well. I figured, you know, maybe it's like Summer's bike or something. But I did put a bike in front of this build, and I don't think that bike is base game. Or, I mean, it's technically classed as being base game because when I built this, I had like all of the other packs disabled. So I literally only had the base game stuff in my game. So yeah, it technically is part of the base game. But I believe it was actually part of the cottage living pre-order items. And for some reason, those items, there's that bike and then there's a tree as well. And I can't really think of what the third item was. But I know there's a tree as well. That was part of the cottage living, like the pre-order early access, not really early access, but like pre-order bonus items or like bonus content that they did. And for some reason, those 3 items aren't actually classed as being part of cottage living. They show up as being part of the base game. But obviously, I don't think if you didn't like pre-order cottage living way back when it came out, when those items were available, if you download this build, I don't think you'll have the bike because I don't think it was added to the base game for everyone. I think it's only in your game if you pre-ordered cottage living. So yeah, I don't know if that bike will show up if you don't have like cottage living or anything like that, but it's just a bike. It's not really all that important. And, you know, if you're missing that one item, then, you know, like I said, not the end of the world. I will try and keep it in mind, though, for any future builds that I do. I actually didn't even think about it when I was doing this build and the park. I used it because it shows up as being part of the base game. And I kind of forgot the fact that it came with those pre-order items, and yeah, they're technically cottage living stuff. But yeah, so that's just something I thought I should mention. I will try and remember to not use it in any of my future builds that I do, but yeah, just thought I should mention it. So we've actually moved on to the interior of this house, and you will see that I did cut out a few things. I was very indecisive when it came to doing this build. I honestly didn't really exactly know what I wanted it to look like when I first came in to start doing the furnishing, because the original lot, like the original house, was very dated. And I couldn't really get a feel for the Sims. Like, because they're not my Sims, these Sims are base game Sims. I've never really even played with them, if I'm being completely honest. But I couldn't really get a feel for what they would be like and what they would want their house to be like. So it took me quite a few tries to kind of like nail that and like figure that out. So I did cut a lot of that out, a lot of me like just fiddling around and trying to figure stuff out. I did try and cut all of that out because it was very repetitive and boring, I think, to watch. But the idea that I came, the idea that I decided on, I guess I could say, is that this house actually belonged to Travis's aunt. So when she passed away, she left the house to Travis and to maybe like her 2 children, so Travis's cousins. And, you know, when she passed away, maybe like I figured they probably didn't want the house. So they decided that they'll sign it over to Travis. Maybe they're both like really successful and they like live in, you know, San Myshuno or somewhere, and they didn't really ever want to come back to Willow Creek. So they just signed the house over to Travis. But because he's only like a level 2 in his career, he's actually in the Tech Guru career. I can't remember if he was in the Tech Guru career like originally in the base game, or whether he was just unemployed and I put him in that career. Like I said, I built this house and I set up the family and like their traits and jobs and, you know, all of that stuff way back in February. So I can't exactly remember what I did, or like what I did and what was already like canon in the game, if you know what I mean. But either way, I figured, you know, Travis got this house and, you know, maybe he was already living here with his aunt or whatever, but he got the house and he's only a level 2 in his career, in the Tech Guru career. So in my head, he probably couldn't afford to like pay for this house on his own. He didn't want to sell it. He wanted to keep it because I figured that he would have probably been very, very close to his aunt, and that's why she left him the house as well, you know, along with her 2 kids. Maybe she kind of like raised him or something like that. So yeah, he didn't really want to get rid of the house. He wanted to keep it, but he realized that he needed roommates. So he decided to invite his 2 friends from university. Obviously did this with base game, so none of them actually went to university, but you can pretend. Or if you have the university pack, you can actually like cheat to give them the like actual like degrees that I thought they would have. But either way, he decided to invite his 2 friends from university, Summer and Liberty, to come and live with him. And they had both recently gotten jobs in, you know, their careers as well. And they actually were looking for a place in Willow Creek that maybe like it was actually closer to where they both work as well. So yeah, they decided to move in with Travis, and now they live in this big house together. And yeah, a lot of the house, the furniture, a lot of the stuff is stuff that, you know, his aunt would have had. So a lot of it is a little bit more dated. We have obviously the more dated wallpapers and stuff. The kitchen counters and cabinets and stuff are all a little bit older as well. And then there are a couple of furniture items, like one of the couches in the living room, and, you know, a couple of things here and there, like the dining room table, the big one, like the, I guess, formal dining room. I do have a little breakfast area in this little like extension bit that I added, because I figured maybe his aunt used to use this area as a little bit of like a greenhouse space. but they kind of converted it into a little breakfast area when they all moved in. And yeah, they've also gone ahead and they've added some of their own furniture, so maybe stuff that Liberty and Summer like brought with them when they moved in, or maybe it's stuff that they've, like, the three of them have bought together from like IKEA or wherever. So a couple of items in the house are a little bit more updated, you know, like not kitchen counters, the couches in the living room, maybe one or two of the rugs, and obviously some of the decor as well. And, you know, their bedrooms are all a little bit more, not really modern, because I wasn't really going for like an ultra modern vibe. I was just going for more of a, I guess, slightly updated suburban type of vibe, rather than a completely traditional vibe like the house would have originally been, if that makes sense. So yeah, they're all, like, all three of them actually have this exact same base game bed. It's like the really cheap base game bed, and I really dislike that bed. I really hate that bed because the stats on it is really bad. Like, it's uncomfortable, and it doesn't, like, the stats on it just aren't that good. But that was kind of like the only bed that really fit the vibe that I was going for, because all of the other beds that we have in the base game are either really traditional and just does not fit what I would think a like young adult would have. They're all kind of fancy, and, you know, it just didn't fit the idea that I had. Or they're very modern and contemporary and like weird shapes and stuff, which again didn't really fit because they look a little bit too like expensive, if that makes sense. So yeah, that like really cheap base game bed was the only one that actually fit the style that I wanted to go for, and it also had a couple of swatches that I thought would work. So I just used the same bed in like 3 different swatches for their rooms, because again, I figured, you know, maybe when they moved in, they like went to IKEA and bought like 3 of the same beds, and then just, you know, got their own, you know, bed set, like bed covers and stuff like that, that fit their taste. So yeah, we have their 3 bedrooms, and like I said, I did add another bathroom to this house. I think I added another bathroom. I don't think the house was originally 2 bathrooms. But yeah, so we have the 3 bedrooms, and we have the orange bedroom right at the back that actually has like an ensuite, which is the bedroom that I figured would have been like the main bedroom. So that would have been, you know, where Travis's aunt used to be. But he has taken that bedroom because, you know, it is technically his house. Liberty and Summer are like kind of just living here with him, but he's the one that owns the house. So yeah, he has the bedroom at the back with the ensuite. And then there's another bathroom that I added, a slightly bigger one in the hallway, like off of the hallway, that I figured Liberty and Summer would actually be sharing. And then the pink bedroom, the one with the pink wallpaper, is where I figured Summer would be. And then the other one that has this more like, I guess, lighter yellow, like peachy beige kind of wallpaper, is actually where I figured Summer would be. Not Summer, Liberty. I keep mixing up their names for some reason, and also I keep stumbling over my words because I haven't, like, I'm recording this at like 8 p.m, which isn't that bad. I tend to record this late anyway, but I'm still getting over the like cold or something that I had last week, and my voice is killing me. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I don't know if it will start kicking in more later, because this voiceover is quite long. And then we have the tour at the end as well. But yeah, my voice and my throat, like, just, they're not cooperating. So if I sound a little bit weird, then I do apologize. But yeah, I wanted to get this build done because I won't have time to do it tomorrow. So yeah, I need to get it done today so that it can go up tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, and obviously that's when you guys will be seeing this, Friday night for me. But yeah, I'm recording this on Thursday because I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow and I won't have time. And I'm also getting my ears pierced tomorrow, so like, I don't know, so we're actually already into the whole like me just rambling about stuff part of the voiceover. But yeah, I'm actually getting my ears pierced tomorrow, and I probably won't be able to wear headphones, so I won't be able to record. And then on Sunday, I actually have quite a busy weekend. I'm not really doing anything on Saturday apart from maybe going shopping or whatever for some stuff that we need. But on Sunday, one of my friends are actually there. She's coming over to pick me up, and then we're gonna go into Cape Town to actually meet up with a friend of mine that I know from online. We are actually going to meet up for the very first time. I'm finally going to meet like one of my online friends. This is the first time I'm actually meeting an online friend, and she's amazing. If you guys don't know who she is, her name is Shani. I'm not Shani. Shani. I keep mispronouncing her name. But either way, she is an amazing streamer. She's actually doing a 100 baby challenge on Twitch, but she's not doing it like 100 baby challenge. She's currently on like 453 or 54 babies, and she's going for 500, but she's doing it with one mother, so like one matriarch. And the way she does it is like, normally with your Sims, if you don't use mods to like enable this, normally if you just play the game, your Sims won't actually age when they're pregnant. So if they're pregnant for like 3 days, for those 3 days they won't like get any older. So basically, if you just keep getting them pregnant, like every time they have a baby, get them pregnant like immediately, they never age. So she has had like 450 something babies with one mother, and her Sim is only an adult. Like, she's 5 days into being an adult. So it is absolutely insane. Definitely go ahead, check her out. I will leave her Twitch link down below. She also has a YouTube channel that she does like Sims content on, like tips videos, and like especially 100 baby challenge tip videos, because she obviously has that whole challenge down to like a science at this point. So yeah, definitely go ahead, check that out. I'll leave her YouTube and her Twitch link down below. But basically, she's in the city for like Comic-Con that's going on in Cape Town. I actually forgot that it was going to be Comic-Con this weekend. Like, it's like a big 4-day convention. I've never been to a convention like that, and I forgot that it was happening. So I never even thought about going. But yeah, anyway, I'm going into Cape Town on Sunday to go ahead and meet her. So that's really exciting. I'm so excited about that. But yeah, that is why I think I mentioned this on the community tab and on Twitter. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a video done for Sunday. Probably, I don't know, maybe. If I can record on Saturday, then I will. But like I said, we do have some like family or real life stuff to take care of on Saturday probably. And then tomorrow I can't. I'm also going to be in town for most of the day. And then on Sunday, I'm not going to be here. So yeah, I don't know if I'll have a video out on Sunday. If not, then I'll see you guys next Wednesday. But yeah, I'm gonna try. If not, then yeah, sorry about that. But keep an eye on the community tab if you want to stay up to date with like channel updates. Also, my Discord, I do post updates and stuff like that on Discord as well, and it's a great way to like just connect with me and like meet some other people in the community. We're all really nice over there as well. We're all Simmers. So yeah, my Discord is always linked in the description as well, and then Twitter is probably the best way to like keep up with me and to get in touch with me as well. Twitter is like the best. So yeah, always linked in the description. But yeah, I've kind of rambled throughout like 2 of the bedrooms already. So for Travis's room, you will have seen that I obviously put down a bunch of gaming stuff. I gave him a computer and, you know, all of that stuff that he would need. He is in the tech guru career, so it made sense. But I figured he would also maybe dabble in playing some guitar every now and then. So he has a guitar in his room, and then just a bunch of like, I guess more gaming-esque clutter type stuff. So yeah, he has a bunch of stuff like that, a lot of debug clutter items and like collectibles and things. And then we've already done Liberty's room as well. Now Liberty is actually in the astronaut career. I don't think I mentioned this, but Liberty is in the astronaut career, and then Summer is actually in the culinary career. So for Liberty, I did put down a couple of like space themed items, some space pictures that came from the telescope, and some collectibles and, you know, stuff like that. Some like career unlocked things as well from the astronaut career. And then she also has her own computer. All 3 of these Sims have their own computers, by the way. But I think Travis and Liberty have like fancy computers, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And then we've moved on to Summer, who actually has a laptop on this kind of like kind of desk at the foot of her bed that also doubles as a vanity and a TV stand. So yeah, Summer and Liberty both have TVs in their bedrooms that they can lie in bed and watch. Whereas I don't think I gave Travis one. I don't think Travis has a TV in his bedroom. But I figured, you know, the TV in the living room would probably be like his because, you know, it's his house technically. Now, I didn't put in a like game console because obviously that came with, you know, City Living. I almost said university. But yeah, obviously the game consoles came with City Living. But I did figure that these Sims would probably love playing video games together. So if you have City Living, definitely put down a game console in the living room because, yeah, like I said, they would definitely love playing games together. They all have a little bit of a video gaming skill, so yeah, I figured, you know, it's something that they would love to bond over and spend time together and stuff like that. But yeah, so also for Summer's bedroom, Summer, like I said, is actually in the culinary career, so she probably really enjoys this big kitchen. But she's also an athletic sim, like an active sim, so I wanted to give her some sort of like workout equipment. So I gave her a treadmill in her bedroom. And yeah, so I gave her that. And then for Liberty, obviously Liberty is in the astronaut career, so she's really into like techie stuff, like programming, gaming a little bit, you know, not to the extent that Travis is because that's literally his career, but she does enjoy stuff like that. But she's also really into fitness because of her career, fitness and handiness. So I figured, you know, she probably also stays fit, like goes for jogs and stuff like that. And then you'll notice, oh yeah, this is the bike. That's the bike that I was talking about. So yeah, that's the bike that I don't know if it will actually show up for you if you didn't pre-order, like Cottage Living. But like it's just there. It doesn't really serve a purpose. It's basically just decoration. So yeah, if you don't have that, then it's not the end of the world. But yeah, you will notice that I did put these 3 planter pots out the back. Now, where this lot is in the world, there's actually a community garden at the back anyway. But I did figure that because Summer is actually in the culinary career, maybe she really likes growing her own like produce and stuff to cook with. So I figured, you know, she's really into gardening, and maybe Liberty actually also really likes gardening with Summer. So they're obviously really, really great friends. So maybe gardening together is like what those two do together to like spend time with each other. So yeah, they do garden occasionally, and outside I just put down like the gardening pots. I put down a telescope as well for Liberty, so she can actually, you know, do some stargazing and stuff like that. And then I did originally think about maybe putting in a pool, but because this lot is in the more budget area of Willow Creek, I didn't really think that it made sense. I mean, yes, it's the biggest lot in this area, but I didn't want to put the pool in because it just felt a little bit too like fancy for this area, if that makes sense. So instead I actually put down that 20th anniversary hot tub that we got when the game, like when the franchise turned 20. So I put down that hot tub and then just a couple of lounge chairs and did some more landscaping. They also have that little deck area where we have some dining space, a grill, you know, all of that stuff that you would need. And I intentionally left that kind of like unfinished wooden planks as the like flooring on the deck, just to make it look like, you know, maybe they haven't quite finished it. Maybe that's something that they've like added, you know, after, you know, Travis's aunt passed away, and it's something that, you know, he's been adding as they can or whatever. But yeah, so the rest of the video we're just going to be doing some landscaping, some terrain painting, you know, all of that kind of stuff. There's not much else that I think that I'm going to be doing. So I think I'm going to leave you guys here, and we're actually going to jump into the game. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give the video a like. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to see some more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, like I said, let's jump into the game and I'll show you guys around the finished build. Okay, so here we are in the game, and as you can see, this is not the finished build that I did. This is actually the original, so I wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the original build, just so that you know, like, just so that you can kind of compare the two. Usually I would do like side-by-side screenshots, but I really like doing these video tours, so yeah, that's what we're doing. But yeah, so this is the original Garden Essence lot. This is what it looks like from the front, the side. That's where I add that little like extension bit. But as you can see, all of these like windows and stuff are on the exact grid, because obviously we couldn't place like windows and doors like off of the grid or quarter tile or anything like that. And like I mentioned, the whole place is super dark. Like, it's really empty. It's very dark. There's hardly any lights anywhere either. I believe this was probably supposed to be Travis's bedroom, if I were to guess. So this was probably supposed to be Travis's bedroom. And then I'm gonna guess that this was supposed to be Summer's bedroom, which is obviously where I do put her bedroom. And then I figured this was probably supposed to be Liberty's bedroom, I think. So yeah, I do change up obviously the floor plan a little bit, and then I did add another bathroom as well. But yeah, so that is the original. This is obviously the floor plan of the original, in case you wanted to see that for whatever reason. But let's jump in, and I'm going to show you guys my renovated version that I did. Here we are with my finished and renovated build. So as you can see, it's not like completely different, but there's definitely a big change in it. So yeah, this is what the build looked like originally. Like I said in the voiceover, this is the bike that I'm not sure if it's actually like this scenic commuting bicycle. I don't know if it's actually going to show up if you didn't pre-order Cottage Living. But yeah, we have that, and then we have a little driveway area for their cars, fake cars, but you know, we have it. We have some flamingos in the front, obviously a lot of landscaping, and you know, I added this pathway out the back as well that leads to the little back porch, I guess you could say, or like side porch that goes into that little like extension that I added, that little breakfast area. Now, going around this way, first off we have obviously the little front porch, but going to this side we have the gate into the backyard where we have the like hot tub, the 20th anniversary hot tub. But yeah, we have that. And then we have the little lounge chair area as well. Like I said, I thought about adding a pool, but it just didn't fit the area that the house is in, if I'm being completely honest. I did some more landscaping up the side as well. But yeah, we have their like little garden. I wanted to say garden and planter at the same time. But yeah, we have their little planter pot area with their little garden. A lot of landscaping. We have a little dining table out here, a little patio table. We also have a couple of big like picnic tables on the little decking area, some seating, the telescope, the grill, you know, all of that regular stuff. And then if you go inside, we have probably the biggest difference compared to the original, because yeah, it's also, I do think it's a little bit bigger. It might be a little bit smaller like widthways, but it might be a little bit longer. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly, but obviously the shape has changed a little bit, especially at the back. But yeah, it also is a lot brighter than the original was. The original was definitely very dark, kind of depressing looking, if I'm being completely honest. You couldn't really see anything in that one. But yeah, we have the nice big living area. I would, like I said, recommend adding like maybe a little like game console from City Living if you have that pack, because that would look really nice in this big living room. But yeah, we have a little dining table that, like I said, was probably Travis's aunt's, you know, along with the fancy paintings and stuff like that. They've probably brought in, like they've probably bought these like orange couches. Maybe like this was the original set, but they've like changed up a little bit. But yeah, we have that. We have the big doors out to the backyard. We have the kitchen that I did close off a little bit. But we have this nice huge galley style kitchen with a big bar area as well. And I did playtest this. I did playtest this microwave, by the way. So over here we have a little dishwasher, and then I put this microwave here to make it look like, you know, it's built into the cabinet a little bit. I did playtest it. It does work perfectly fine. I playtested this whole house. So yeah, everything works. And then over here we have the little breakfast area with a little planter pot in the corner, the like garbage, you know, all of that stuff. That all works as well, like I said. And then going through here, we have the really long hallway. But in the hallway, we have a little bookcase, we have the little chest table as well. Over here, we have the hallway bathroom that I did cut out both of the bathrooms. But this is the hallway bathroom that I figured, you know, Summer and Liberty would actually be sharing. So I put a lot of like debug, like makeup and hair dryers and stuff like that on the counter. So yeah, it's very cluttered, very lived in. And then over here we have some washing and obviously toilet, some more storage, bathtub, you know, all of that stuff. I tried to like play around with the colors. So I have this like green, pink, yellow color scheme to make it look like, you know, it's both of their favorite colors that they've kind of combined into that bathroom. And then right at the back, we actually have Travis's bedroom. It's a little bit more messy than the rest of the house. So we have some clothes lying around, some like clutter and backpacks and, you know, all of that stuff. But yeah, he has his little closet, more shoes, a little corner for him to sit down and play his guitar. Obviously, Sims will stand and play guitar. They won't sit and do it, but you know, you can pretend that that's where he would sit and like play around on his guitar. He has his computer and just a bunch of like gaming clutter and posters and, you know, all of that stuff. He also has a jukebox so he can listen to music. And then through here is where I have his bathroom. So it's a little bit more plain than the girls' bathroom. It's a little bit more like monochrome, but I do like it. I don't think he really put a lot of like effort into decorating his bathroom. So yeah, it just has like the necessities that he would need. So yeah, that's his bathroom. And then going back out into the hallway, we actually have Liberty's bedroom. Her bedroom is probably like the most techie out of like the three of them. She doesn't have a very fancy computer like I thought. She does just have a laptop, but she has a Lindsay smart speaker. She also has a little gaming tablet as well, like a slablet. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, slablet. But yeah, some headphones and obviously all of that stuff. A lot of space themed stuff in here because she is in the astronaut career. But yeah, she also has a big TV that she can lay in bed and watch some like rocket parts that I put down from her career. And then just a bunch of like space themed pictures. And she has a little like open hanging closet area over here in this corner, a little chair. And that is basically it. It is cluttered, but it's a lot less messy than Travis's bedroom. And then right across the hallway, we actually have Summer's bedroom. We have, you know, her very bright and colorful bedroom. She is a little bit more like into fitness, so I did put in a treadmill for her. She has a big stereo as well that she can do like dance workouts and stuff on. I think they can do workouts on this from the stereo, right? Or am I confusing that with The Sims 3? I know they can do it on the TV, but I can't remember if they can do it off of a stereo as well. But either way, she has a stereo. She also has a desk and a little like laptop. Now, I don't know if you saw this in the video, but this laptop actually isn't like snapped to this desk. It's actually snapped to this table down here that I sized down. And this still totally works, even though it's kind of like hidden in the bed. You can't really see it. But the laptop and everything like that still totally works. So it's all functional. It's just a nice way for me to kind of put the laptop not slotted to the center of the desk like it would have usually been. So yeah, we have that. We have obviously her bed, a little bedside table, some clutter. She has a big open closet space, and that is basically the house, you guys. So yeah, in case you wanted to see the floor plan, let me just zoom in a little bit. This is the floor plan, like without the grid and with the grid, in case you wanted to see that. But yeah, so yeah, that is basically the house. I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, you know, give the video a like, all of that stuff. It is up on the gallery if you want to go ahead and download it. I'll have all of that information, gallery ID, price of the lot, all of that stuff in the description as usual, as well as a download link. Tray files will be up for channel members, and then in 3 weeks time they'll be going up on my Tumblr for everyone to download as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, like I said, and I will talk to you on my very next video. Bye everyone.